Welcome to Links 007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. Links 007 TV News Report. Welcome and thanks for joining us. This is Links 007 TV News Report. We begin the news with a developing story. Gunman shoots up nationwide news network car park. A vehicle was damaged by gunshots as hoodlums opened gunfire at offices of the nationwide news network on Bradley Avenue in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew on Friday afternoon. No one was injured from the gun attack, which occurred about 4:30 p.m. according to the radio station deputy executive producer George Davis, who broke the news incident on air. It is reported that a lone gunman rode up to the location on a motorcycle. He then pulled a firearm and fired shots in the direction of the station parking lot, damaging a motor vehicle in the process. Several members of staff who were in the parking lot at the time the gunshots were fired were left traumatized by the incident. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are currently conducting an investigation into the matter. Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister, Robert Morgan, who has the responsibility for information, described the shooting at the radio station as a sad day for journalism in Jamaica. Morgan added that the government condemns the incident and expresses total support for the staff and shareholders of the nationwide news network in a post on the social media platform X, more formally known as Twitter. We call on the police to do all they can to bring the perpetrator of this brazen and uncalled for act to justice. The government will never support any attempt to threaten, intimidate, or harm any member of the media fraternity, Morgan said in the statement. The radio station has been on the public agenda since a direct reference to the People's National Party General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, on the political platform over last weekend. Campbell claimed that Nationwide News Network is an incubator for the government Jamaica Labour Party, that on the basis of some 4 of their former employees now being employed in prominent position in the sector. That notion was sharply rejected by the management of the radio station, which cited the potential risk that was perceived to be now directed at the staff of the station heading into the highly charged period of the political campaigning for the nation's election that are ahead. Campbell's statement was also condemned by the Press Association of Jamaica, the PAJ, which cited the statement as an attack on press freedom and also likely to have the effect of putting nationwide staff at risk of attack from misguided political activists. The opposition People's National Party says it's astonished to learn of a gun attack on the nationwide news network. In a statement, the PNP said it's relieved that no one was injured in the shooting. It is also calling on the police to also investigate the acts of violence against the station following a recent report that another employee was attacked on the way to work. However, it appears from media reports that the People's National Party has consolidated its support behind Campbell's However, it appears from media reports that the PNP has consolidated its support behind Campbell's stated position relative to the radio station and has called for the Press Association of Jamaica to consider its position on the matter, which it is citing as being simply one of freedom of speech on the part of Campbell. Continuing the news. Male visitor to the island lured to hotel, robbed and sexually assaulted. The Halfway Tree police have charged 25-year-old Nicholas Lawrence, a vendor from Portland Cottage, Clarendon, in connection with an incident that occurred on February 18 at a hotel in Kingston. According to reports, an individual residing overseas made an arrangement to meet with one of Lawrence's friends. However, Lawrence accompanied his friends to the meeting point in the hotel's lobby about 11 p.m. Once inside the complainant's room, the 2 men allegedly brandished a pair of scissors and knife and subsequently bound the victim's hand and gagging his mouth. Lawrence and his friend proceeded to rob the victim of 3 cellular phones and items of clothing and sexually assaulted him, a release said from the police. Lawrence was taken into custody and later pointed out in an identification parade. Following a comprehensive interview in the presence of his attorney, He was charged with burglary, grievous sexual assault, and robbery with aggravation. His court date is to be finalized. Continuing the news. Farmer gunned down in Pimento Walk, St. Anne. A farmer was shot and killed in Pimento Walk near Ocheria, St. Anne on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as 41-year-old Sean Graham of Sugar Hill Lane in Pimento Walk. Reports from the Ocheria police are that sometime around 6:25 p.m., Graham was standing at a shop in the area when a car drove up to the location. A man exited the vehicle and opened gunfire, hitting Graham multiple times. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. No motive has yet been established for this latest killing. The police have since commenced a probe into this latest shooting. Continuing the news. Disc jockey charged with rape in Clarendon. The Chapelton police in Clarendon have charged Tavin Douglas, a 27-year-old disc jockey from Lower Chapelton, in connection with a rape incident that occurred on Sunday, September the 3rd. According to the woman, while walking to a shop at around 12:45 p.m., she encountered Douglas. An altercation ensued between the two, during which he allegedly offered her money in exchange for sexual acts. The woman reportedly refused the offer, leading to a physical struggle. During the struggle, Douglas allegedly overpowered her, pushing her to the ground in the process. He then restrained and allegedly sexually assaulted her. The woman then reported the incident to the police, and a team of law enforcement officers responded promptly and retrieved evidence from the scene of the incident. On September the 6th, 2023, Douglas was taken into custody and was subsequently charged. He is now awaiting a court date. Continuing the news. St. Mary man accused of raping 12-year-old girl. A St. Mary man has been charged after he allegedly locked a 12-year-old girl inside his house in Barracks River, Richmond in the parish and raped her. Charged with unlawful detention with intent to have sexual intercourse and rape is 56-year-old Trevor Michelin, otherwise called Indian. Reports are that the 12-year-old child went to Michelin's home around 4 p.m. on Friday, August the 4th to collect items when she was locked inside the house and sexually assaulted. Michelin allegedly locked the child inside a room. The child managed to escape and made a report to the police. He was charged on Wednesday, September the 6th after being pointed out in an identification parade. His court date is to be arranged. Continuing the news. Body of 23-year-old woman found days after suspected drowning in St. Elizabeth. The police are probing a suspected case of drowning involving a woman whose body was found on Thursday in a river 4 days after she was reported missing in Silo, St. Elizabeth. Police named the woman as Kashiba Brown, aged 23 years old, otherwise called Cash, a resident of Silo district in northern St. Elizabeth. Councillor for the area, Mr. Myers from the People's National Party Silo Division. Councillor Myers from the People's National Party Silo Division told reporters that Brown's body was retrieved by citizens from the river around 1 p.m. on Thursday. The police confirmed that the citizens found the body and alerted them. Councillor Myers said that he knew Brown personally, reported that the community is devastated following her death. The body was found by citizens in the river behind the Shiloh Basic School. She is originally from Union, but she was also in Windsor area Shiloh too. It is very unfortunate for a person who you know so well from the community to lose their life in such a manner. This according to Councillor Myers. Reports suggest that Brown drowned after she went swimming in the river near Windsor Bridge on Sunday. A search was organized by a resident and ended on Thursday when the body was found. On Wednesday, residents blocked the roadway in the community as they demand assistance from the police to conduct the search. Myers commended the residents for locating the body to give Brown's family closure. Continuing the news. In sports, Jamaica's Reggae Boys defeated Honduras 1-0 in their CONCACAF Nation League's opening match on Friday evening. The game was played at the National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica, which saw a number of fans turning out for this match. Also in sports, Shericka Jackson misses 200-meter world record in Brussels. Jamaica's Shericka Jackson produced another big performance to win the women's 200-meter the final regular season Diamond League stop in Brussels on Friday. Jackson, who went after Florence Griffith Joyner's long-standing world record, stormed home in a time of 21.48 seconds, but wasn't good enough to trouble the mark of 21.34 seconds set by the American at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. This has been Links 007 TV News Report. Thanks for watching.